welcome to another episode of Leo and
Dad.
Gaming. So today we're going to be showing you what we spent the money on. So first of all, we did enter the Farmer's Lottery and won another million. So if you're thinking once you found all the gold nuggets and you try and buy all the stuff that we did, and you find that you run short, it's because we won the Farmer's Lottery.
That's right. So first of all the gates open.
Close the gate.
Yeah. But first of all, we got ourselves a nice herd of cattle.
Yeah.
We got 40 cows now.
Wow, that's actually quite a few.
Yep. And so they're quite happily grazing away. We had to use the buy bales mod to get some straw and some feed in first, because
but
we're playing with seasons.
So that means they would have died, wouldn't they? If they
Well, yeah, there wouldn't have been any food for them, you see. So that's kind of why we had to buy some bales in here at the beginning of the year. You can see we need to clean out a bit of the cow, but
So
I'll just
you're
get
in the third
fresh
year of mid-spring?
No, we're in mid-spring, and it's day 3.
Then
So we are running a season length of 6 days.
okay.
So each part of the season is 2 days.
Okay.
The starting point is 3 days per part of the season, so a 9-day season. But we have reduced it down to 6 just to keep things moving ahead, especially if we're doing more recordings, so otherwise it'll take so long. So yeah, we've got a few bales in at the back. We got
Nice
ourselves
feeder,
a
by the way.
feed mixer. This is the old tractor that came with the starting equipment.
Still looks cool.
And then we can just we'll just jump in the truck here, and I'll show, because we also invested. Now we're not really going to be spreading manure on the fields, because the fields are absolutely huge here on Lone Oak Farm. So instead, we've invested in 3 kind of polytunnel
Cool.
greenhouses
Can
down
you
here.
show us what's inside them?
So these are lettuce ones that we're growing in
Oh,
here.
cool. You can actually stand inside them.
Yep, nice fat lettuces. So we are using the manure from the cows, and then some water in here. Oh, what did I do with the car? There it is. So yeah, there's the water down here that allows us to pick up water for free, so we can water our greenhouses really close by here. We can drive down with the manure as it gets scooped out pretty much, and that will earn us a little bit of extra income as time's going on. Now I'm not quite sure when you play with Seasons mod whether you can keep producing in greenhouses all year round, but otherwise we might just close them down for winter anyway. So yeah.
I can see how they would still work in winter because it's still shining through, so that means it would still get warm inside the greenhouses.
That's right. So we got ourselves a little bale trailer, because we've got a couple of big grass fields. We're going to do some hay cutting probably in the next episode, if you guys like what you're seeing. Our farming simulator video is the one that's got the most views over the last little while, so we'll probably do a few more of this one here on Lone Oak Farm. But we got ourselves a pressure washer, even though we haven't gotten around to washing all that, and some new big tractors.
There's actually another one. I
That's
think
right.
these
We're
are the
gonna-
2 Optums.
They're the big ones.
Yeah, we've also got a case Puma, but
That one is a bit, that one's down doing some logging right now. We'll visit that one towards
what's
the
that
end. So
thing
here-
hiding here?
Here's our forage wagon. So we're obviously going to create some silage out of one of the grass fields.
Okay.
We're going to use this wagon to pick it up and dump it here in the silage clamp.
When
So
you
we've
were
got a
going
nice
to
big
say
one.
wagon, I thought you were going to say this beast. Well,
It is a bit of a beast.
They
isn't
are
it?
some big grain silos.
Yeah, that's our grain silos. We haven't quite gotten to the harvest time. So here's the auger that
Nice
came
truck.
with the starting equipment, the truck and trailer that came with the starting equipment. We got ourselves an upgraded plow, so we could get some.
Wait, is that
fields
another
left.
bale trailer?
That is another bale trailer for the truck, because they're big fields. We're going to be
Yeah.
picking up a lot of bales. And admittedly, yes, we are using the universal auto load, so we're not gonna be spending hours and hours on stacking bales.
Yeah, with
which
the telehandler.
is perhaps a little bit of a cheat, but neither of us really have the patience for trying to stack them all.
Yeah, and I'd probably mess it up. I'd probably like drive into it and knock all of them off.
We got another truck and trailer because again, it's big fields. So once we actually start pulling grain and corn off those fields, those trailers are going to fill up quickly. And we do use the follow me mod, so the two trucks can kind of drive together. So we're just going to pop over into the engine shed so you can see what else we got. One of the things we mentioned in the last episode was sewing machines, because that little sewing machine was too small, but we'll get there. So we still got the 2 starter harvesters that came with the game.
Have you even used them?
No, we haven't used them yet because
that's why
we're
they
still
look so perfectly aligned and everything. And so
actually, I did move them around a bit, but
okay.
and then we got a set of corn headers. And,
are those corn headers different, or are they
no,
the same?
they're the same.
Okay.
And a set of grain headers. So both harvesters will be able to do both. We still got the cultivator, the disc cultivator that came in the starter equipment. Then we have invested in this Raiderstat Tempo F8. This is an 8-row seeder that we're going to use for the cornfields.
Sounds nice.
Since it's an American map, we're going to do a bit of corn. We got our starter grass equipment still, line and tether. Our sprayer, it's been out working a bit. And then we got a bigger sewing machine as well.
That's the regular one, isn't it? So like.
Well, it wasn't the one we started with. This
yeah.
is a bigger one that we have purchased in. So yeah. Then we got our old tractor and fertilizer spreader, and then finally we sold the 2 pulled cutters and replace it with this set of mowers instead, that we're going to put onto one of the Optims when the grass has grown a little bit more, because it needs to grow a bit more before we really get into it.
Ooh.
So that's actually the bulk of the machine park. That's what you get for about $2 million.
In a way, it's a
euros
lot,
in this
but
case.
not really at the same time.
That's right. So what we're going to do is we're just going to drive up here. So
Did you get any fields with it?
we did, and that's where I'm driving up now. So I will pull up the map when we get there. But
Okay.
we have bought 2 quite large fields right
is
up
it
here.
the ones like in front of you right here?
That's right.
'Cause
That's exactly where it is. So
I think
here.
In
So if I just pull up the big map now,
number
it's a little bit.
34 and 43. Wow, that's actually pretty cool, because 3, 4, 4, 3.
Yeah.
That's
and,
actually a.
they're
weird
close to the
term.
farm. We also bought 37, which is a grass field
Wait,
over at
where's
the back of the farm.
37?
It's over by the stream here.
Okay, I
And,
see it now.
Yeah. So that's really all we have bought so far. Like I said, 2 million doesn't actually go that far when it comes down to it. We can swing down and have a little look. The only other thing we bought was a logging trailer and another tractor. We've gone a bit crazy on the whoa, I'm driving a bit fast here, but
Yeah.
we want to try and get there and not make the video too long of us just driving around. But while we are driving, we can tell that this field's also ours. This one we've already sown in with barley. The 2 new fields that we bought, we are going to plant soybeans and corn on, or maize, because it is an American map, and that seems to be kind of what's mainly grown around the place. So
Yeah, and when you kind of tipped your truck a little bit, that reminded me of one time I was playing on a map called Hagenstead. It used to be in Farming Simulator 15, but it got changed to a mod for 17. And I literally drove off a cliff and did a front flip in my car, and I landed on all 4 wheels. It was crazy. And also because I was aiming to get over like a wire boundary into a building without using the gate.
yeah, sometimes Leo has a different perspective on how to play Farming Simulator. I like to try and play it more realistic, where you open the gates, but you like to try and find a shortcut sometimes, don't you?
Yeah, and also I use the money cheat mod, while this guy doesn't. He uses
So here we are.
Seasons, I don't.
Yeah, that's right. So we are playing with seasons, and I like the seasons a lot. So this is our little.
I mean, I think
little
it's
site.
cool, but I don't think if I was to play it full time. So yeah, here are our new vehicles. We went a bit crazy on cutting down the trees.
Well, we've only just started clearing a bit of forest here. There's a long way
Wait,
into
you
this
cut
forest.
down some birches? Because
That's right,
I
yeah.
know they've got pretty thick branches.
Yep. So we've got a little pile over here. This is the stuff I could lift, so that's just going to get chipped at some point instead. And these are the bits that we actually got to try and still get on the trailer. And then we're kind of creating a bit of a hole in here.
What is that kind of tree?
I think, looking at the leaves, that looks like some, maybe it's a maple tree.
No, it looks like an oak to me.
Maple or oak, yeah. Anyway, they are a bit more awkward to cut down, these things, but we are gonna do a bit of logging in here in this nice big open forest.
There was a guy who asked us to chop down this place for his horses.
yeah, he wants to create a bit more field space around here, because down here is where we can sell our bales.
See that old barn? We accidentally smashed a hole in its roof.
We fixed it again.
Yep.
It's all good now.
Yep,
nothing
but
to
there's
see here.
still a branch in there.
That's right.
Can you lift that?
Let's see if that one can go over into the. Yeah, that one can go into the wood chip pile. If I can. Oh, dear. Anyway, we can do that off screen.
Yep.
So yeah, that's our last piece of new machinery here. That's the Case Puma. It's got the winch we use on the front right now, and then the logging trailer.
I've
We've sold
actually
a
got
couple
that logging trailer as a toy.
That's right, you do.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's another kind of short 10-minute video from
Leo and
Dad.
Gaming.
And we'll be back. If you do like our little series on the Lone Oak Farm here, please click the like button, and if you haven't subscribed, do consider subscribing to our channel as well. For now, it's thank you very much, and have a good time.
And goodbye.